Hello, everyone. Today we are here with Moosedup Narrations.
Howdy.
Is there anything you would like to say before we get started?
Um, just brace yourself for the words and so yeah throughout this entire thing because I tend to say those a lot.
That works. Okay, we will jump right in then.
Alrighty then.
Do you have any plans for your channel?
Um, I'm not entirely sure how to answer that because basically with my channel I've just been kind of feeding it and letting it do its own thing. Huh. I don't really have any plans for it at the moment other than to just keep doing what I'm doing because I have a lot of fun doing it. I do intend to monetize it, eventually get it partnered with a network or something like that, but I don't really expect for it to become like a full-time job or anything like that for me. For me, the channel is just something fun that I like to do in my spare time. So I think I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing for now and see where it goes.
Okay. How did you come up with your channel name?
That's a little bit of a long story. Well, long story is relative, I guess, but anyway. uh, Basically, what happened was I think it was either the end of my junior year or senior year in high school. No, wait, it was my junior year. I had an opportunity to go to one of the art institutes in Texas for a sort of summer camp thing, which I was with a bunch of people who were potentially applying for their animation program there. And basically, the entire summer camp there consisted of doodling while watching Invader Zim, which I'd been a fan of Invader Zim when I was younger, but I had forgotten a lot about the show until that summer. But anyway, one of the episodes was titled "A Room with a Moose," and God, I can't remember who said it. It was either me or one of the friends that I'd made there, but uh, someone said something along the lines of "That's Moosed Up" or something like that, which is a completely terrible joke, but uh, the timing of it was perfect, so we all laughed hysterically at it. And a couple years later, I decided to use that for a video game Let's Play channel, which eventually tanked. It's gone now. I was absolutely terrible at it, but somewhere, sometime before I shut that channel down, I decided that I wanted to try out narrating, so I made a separate channel and called it Moosedup Pasta because, well, CreepyPasta, that was all I wanted to read at the time. But so I shut down the main channel and kept my narration channel under that name, then just eventually decided to change it to Moosedup Narrations, and uh, that's pretty much all there is to that.
Okay. How did your persona come to be?
That kind of came along with the gaming channel once again because I made a icon for my gaming channel, which was basically just like a cartoon version of me with antlers. And basically, what I did was I took that into Photoshop and just kind of sketched over that the same character with a giant sharp-toothed grin. And I eventually just got tired of the logo because it was really sketchy looking, and I didn't think it really looked professional compared to. It didn't really meet my standard of professionality for something that I made. So I decided to rebrand my channel, Moosed Up Productions, actually, and I decided to redesign I don't really want to call it a persona because it's more of a mascot, really, but I redesigned the mascot with a art style that I was developing at the time and came up with Smile Moose, which is what you can see on my icon. Sorry if I'm a little long-winded.
No, explain as much as you want to. That's what interviews are for. How has narrating changed you and your life?
I would say that I'm definitely a lot more confident in my speaking abilities since I started narrating because growing up in middle school and in high school, I was very uncomfortable with my voice. I was always afraid of speaking up because I hated the way that my voice sounded. But it was weird. I actually got people saying that they liked the way my voice sounded, and I was just thinking, no, I don't like my voice. But um, I eventually got into narrating, and I feel more confident when I speak now, and my friends and family have also noticed a difference as well. And it's definitely changed my life a lot because I put a lot of work into my narrations. A lot of the times I'll have to record a story about 3 or 4 times until I'm eventually satisfied with uh, how I narrated it. And in middle and high school, basically, I wasn't a very outgoing person. So usually, what I would do is I would uh, come right home after class and just sit down and play video games with uh, nothing much else to do. But now that I'm narrating, I have something to occupy my time that is productive, and I think it's actually helped my work ethic since I started. I'm more task driven now than I was in the past.
It's really interesting. I don't think I've heard that answer before.
Yeah, I was pretty lazy in high school.
I know you already touched on this a little bit, but would you like to elaborate more on why you started narrating?
Sure. There were actually a couple of reasons behind getting into narrating, but what really, I guess I'll have to start back a while back. Right out of high school, I wanted to start a animated series, which uh, I abandoned the project a couple months after starting it because animation is hard. But I basically abandoned the project because I didn't have a cast of voice actors or anything like that. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to do one of the voices myself. But me hating my voice at the time, I was trying to figure out how I could uh, get my voice to where I wanted it to be, and I thought that narration would be good practice for that. So I recorded my very first story, which was The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, and after recording that, I just thought this was a lot of fun to put together. So at that point, I posted that to my gaming channel, and again, the channel tanked, but that was actually one of the more popular videos on the channel for the short time it was actually up. So that led to me looking into other stories to narrate, and it's just been pretty much magic from there. That was pretty much what started my interest in narrating.
Okay. What creepypasta do you want to narrate but are having trouble narrating?
Um, I'm not entirely sure how to answer that one because I am. not very good at picking out creepypasta to read. Well, basically, I have an entire list of creepypasta that I want to narrate, but I rarely refer back to that list. I'll usually go to the wiki and start random paging until I find something that I feel like narrating that day. So, usually when I narrate, it's sort of a on-the-spot decision. Um, so that one is really difficult to answer. I eventually want to get to stories like Psychosis, The Showers, and possibly Pen Pal, but I want to get to those later on because I know that where I'm at, I still have a lot of room to improve, and I want those stories to be uh, the absolute best I can make them because I really like those stories. Those are some of my absolute favorites, and I want to make sure I can do them justice before I even attempt to do it. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. What creepypasta has made an impact on your life?
Um, I'm not entirely sure. No pasta has really made an impact on my life directly. Like, hmm. I guess the best answer I can provide for that question would be The Telltale Heart, because again, that was the very first thing that I narrated, and that was what got me into narrating creepypasta. But other than that, there hasn't really been a creepypasta that really affected my life. Uh, God, I'm really bad at answering this question.
It's okay.
I don't think there's been a creepypasta that has had a direct effect on my life.
Okay. What creepypasta will you not narrate?
Um, there are several that I probably won't narrate. Something that uh, God, really bad at phrasing this, but like crappy pastas and troll pastas are things that I won't narrate. Not that I really have anything against them. It's just that I I can't really take those seriously enough to uh, put my best effort behind those, and a lot of times it's really difficult for me to try to narrate those with a straight face. So the only time I've actually narrated a troll pasta was the supermarket monster, and that was after eating a habanero pepper, which was a really, really stupid idea. It made for an entertaining video, but it was really stupid. Um, I guess in the way of actual creepypasta, uh, I'm not really sure what I would consider something that I will not read because I haven't really found anything that I won't read. I found a couple of stories that I was hesitant about. Like, I think there's one called James's Story, which is a uh, creepypasta about a serial killer who I believe goes after children, which and and I'm hesitant to read that, of course, because of the killing children part, but it's just uh, to me, I find it really well written because it's all from the characters. Basically, it's kind of a monologue kind of pasta where it's uh, the character James talking to the person reading the story, and it just lends a voice so well to the character that I really want to narrate it, but I'm hesitant to do so. And there are a couple of other pastas similar to that that I can't really remember the names of right now because basically, with like my purpose for the channel is not necessarily to shock people, although that's one of the charms to creepypasta is that they're shocking, but I don't want to. Uh, I basically don't want to go overboard, so there are some pastas that will make me hesitate.
Okay. And the last question for narrations is, what is a fun fact about yourself?
Hmm. Uh, Despite popular belief, I'm not from Canada. uh, and it's weird. Like, in almost every conversation I've been in, uh, with someone from the community, without them seeing my name, just from my voice, they think I'm from Canada. And even people outside of the community, I had someone from my hometown think I was from Canada, which I'm a Texan born and raised, so I have no idea where that comes from. But that's something interesting about me, I guess, is that I am not from Canada.
That works. We have a few more questions about the artwork that you do. And the first
Alrighty.
question is, what kind of artwork do you produce?
Um, the kind of artwork I produce, mostly, well, I have my associates in communication design, so which is basically another name for graphic design. So I can design logos and corporate identity and stuff like that, but excuse me, in the way of illustration, I don't want to say good because good is relative, but one of the things I like to draw is characters and personas. And so far, I have two different styles on my DeviantArt. I'm trying to work on some new stuff to kind of switch that up a bit, but most of what I do is vector-based character designs, so they look like cartoony, like comic book style, kind of like that, and really. Uh, and I also do some Photoshop paintings of certain characters and stuff like that. So I kind of switch off between cartoon style and paint-like styles, and that's the kind of work I produce.
When did you start arting?
Um, Basically, I've been drawing ever since I was about 5 years old, but I really got serious about drawing around the sixth grade, I want to say, because basically it was around. Uh, Basically, throughout my entire life, I've had a fascination with cartoons. I mean, what kid doesn't? But um, basically, it was around the sixth grade that I realized that behind every cartoon there was someone that produced it. So at that point, I came up with some other ideas for my own cartoon series, which were pretty horrible looking back on them now. But that's when I started drawing out different characters and basically practicing what I wanted to do and what I still want to do. And that was back when I realized that I wanted to make comic books and make cartoons.
Okay. Are there any artists that inspire you or influence your work?
Um, I guess more recently, within the last year, someone that I kind of looked up to in terms of their style was Zarel on YouTube. Like a while ago, I discovered some of his older stuff. He used to enter like OC contests and stuff like that, and uh, I just I just really liked his characters and his drawing style and everything. So I tried to take elements from that and incorporate it into my own work. Because back then I was uh, kind of obsessed with trying to make everything look realistic. All the characters were pretty much just human with human capabilities, but a lot of his characters had sort of a squash and stretch factor to them that was pretty alien to me at the time. So I decided to try to incorporate some of those elements into my characters, and I feel that their designs are a lot stronger because of that. Uh, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but Zarel has been a uh, pretty big inspiration for me as a character designer.
Okay. What media and equipment do you use for your artwork?
Um, I don't use as much traditional medium as I used to um, when I was required in class to use it. Like I used to use charcoal and ink and stuff like that in a couple of my classes. Even had to paint a couple of things, but as of late, all of my stuff has been digital artwork, and I do that through the Adobe Creative Suite, which is awesome. I love it, but most of my work is made in Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. And what I use to draw is I recently invested in uh, a Wacom 13-inch Cintiq tablet, which is absolutely amazing. It's one of those tablets where it actually displays the screen onto the tablet, so you're actually able to draw on a screen, which has immensely helped out with my production. And there's a clear difference between what I did back then and what I can do now, now that I have the tablet.
Okay. And the last question, what art projects are you currently working on?
I've got quite a few projects that I'm working on right now. Right now, I am helping out a couple of the members of the Theater Obscurum. I'm working on a couple of illustrations for an upcoming production that they're working on, so I need to have that finished in a couple of days. I'm helping out a couple of people uh, with their personas. Um, what else am I working on? I've got a really long list. After working on a couple of personas, I have some channel art to work on, uh, my own stuff that I need to work on, and I've got a couple of people requesting commissions, which is uh, pretty neat because mostly I've just been doing requests, but now people are offering to pay for me to make something for them, which is really cool. I've never had people request that before. But one big project that we've got coming up is I'm working with the members of the Theater Obscurum on a creepypasta webcomic, which I don't really want to give out too much information here because I feel that would kind of spoil it. But we do have the first pilot comic written. I just need to illustrate it, and I will be posting it on my DeviantArt, and the Theater Obscurum will be uh, doing a dub of the comic eventually once we get enough pages out on the web. So I got a full plate right now.
Sounds like it. Well, that is it for the questions, but is there anything you would like to say before we wrap this up?
I am not from Canada. Um, just that I guess I would just like to say that I plan on sticking with the narration stuff for a while because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the people that I've met in the community, and it's been a lot of fun. And I hope that my audience enjoys what I do and what I will hopefully continue to do in the near future. Way to wrap it up, Moose.
All details for Moose will be in the description down below. And I guess that is it. So, bye everyone.
Bye bye.